say, you hear a download today. It's the only European festival you're doing, what made you decide to fly in just for one day?
I really don't know.
We were planning on doing it until finishing up the album cycle next summer. We were going to do the festival run, and we got invited. So we had the weekend off, so here we are.
Fair enough, long way to fly, but hopefully worth it for you.
Man, Download's an honor to play, man.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Dream come true, for sure.
And you're on later on today, aren't you? Is that right?
We already
played this morning.
Yeah.
I've lost track of who's played when.
It's all good, bro.
So how did it go for you?
It was awesome. It's my first time here. These guys have played it 5 times now. But this is my first time. I was super, super nervous. Like all this entire weekend, I've just been like psyching myself out. But it was an honor, man. It was great.
And playing so early on a Sunday, sometimes people are too hungover to come out, but hopefully you got a good crowd.
Yeah, they started trickling in, man. There was quite a bit of people there.
Yeah, it was impressive.
But certainly when you tour, and you tour quite regularly, you always get a good crowd in the UK.
And the UK is like our second home, man. And we love coming here and playing. And you stay back to the US after this weekend, and you're touring right through till the end of July. Playing with, I think, Defiled and In This Moment. Yep.
2 quite different bands there. Are you looking forward to either in particular?
Looking forward to supporting In This Moment, just to get in front of more people that normally probably wouldn't know about us. And after this, we fly home to Alaska to do the Warped Tour with Helmet, so that's going to be cool. Love Helmet. So yeah, really looking forward to all of it.
So that's the thing, when you're touring with a band, you want them to be, sometimes you want a different audience to your normal crowd.
That's the whole point. The whole point, man. I mean, we did a month ago we did 6 shows opening for Five Finger Death Punch, and that crowd never would have heard 36. And also with Nonpoint, that's just what we're trying to do, get it out there.
Yeah, and hopefully at the end of it you come away, if you won over half the crowd or a third of the crowd, it's a good day.
Even if you gain one new fan, that's a success.
And how have the crowds reacted? Did the crowds react for you, the Five Finger crowd?
We had a short set on that one too. It was like today, it was about a half hour, but first couple songs they were like, okay, who are these guys? But by the end of the set, man, a lot of them were rocking. Yeah, I think we definitely...
They were generous.
We definitely hit a couple,
That's what you need, And your latest album, Time and Trauma, came out in February. How has the new material been going down live?
Really good, I think.
Yeah, the response has been really well, man. It's kind of the new album's like going back to their roots, so it's a little bit more straightforward. Our roots. Thanks, man. But I think it's just easier, or not easier, but I think it's easy for people to grasp onto the riffs and just kind of get into it. And everyone seems to be digging the songs that we've been playing, so.
Yeah, it must be always slightly nervous when you release a new album. It's just like, well, what are the fans going to think? Yeah, they're going to like it, because obviously you invest a lot of your time and energy, you must love the stuff, and then you release it and it's just like, what are people going to think?
Yeah. You got to believe in what you're doing. So if you don't do that, I mean, at a certain point you think about, I think personally, I'll think about that, but at the end of the day, I mean,
we play what we want to play, man.
We're playing because we want to play, and we're just fortunate enough to be able to do things like this instead of just staying home and playing. But if nobody dug it, I would still be playing. I just would maybe be a download, So thank God people dig it.
It's good to make, I think it does show that when bands really love what they're doing, it comes across to the audience. And if you're just doing it for the money, then people just, no, we're not interested.
Well, if you're doing it for the money, that's a no-no immediately, because there's no money to be made.
That's
but
good.
I mean, seriously, we have like the best opportunity to play music in front of other people and travel, and just like, if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be here, I mean, because it's not easy to go on the road and leave home and not see your family for months on end, and you go days without a shower or good toilet paper, or like, you know what I mean? So you better be having fun or you're in the wrong game.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was talking with a band from New Zealand. I was saying that it's a long way for you to travel. But in Alaska, I imagine just from one side of Alaska to the next town is probably a fair distance to travel for shows.
Alaska's good size, man. And the three of us live in Portland now, and Brock stays in Alaska. So, I mean, we go back and forth to play back home quite regularly. I mean, from Seattle to the border of Alaska, if you're driving, is like 2,000 miles or more. So, yeah, it's a ways.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, people sort of, you look at it, it's only one state, but yeah, it's a massive place.
Fit
Yeah.
Texas in it like 3 times.
Oh, the Texans wouldn't like you say that. They like to think they're the biggest.
If you put Alaska over the United States, lower 48, the top of Alaska and the bottom goes the whole span of the states. It's just the coast to left. So it's massive.
And obviously, starting out in Alaska, it must have been quite difficult, that distance to deal with when you're travelling on a low budget.
Yeah, well, I know back in the day, the goal was to get out of Alaska. Because of that. In '96 when I joined 36, we all moved to Portland, Oregon because of that exact point, that we had friends there, so a place to go, and we were in the mix. You could go to Seattle, you go to California, or wherever, Otherwise, yeah, you got to be backed heavily financially or have your own thick pockets to travel from Alaska all the time.
And so you've got tour dates up till the end of July that have been announced. What are the plans for the rest of the year?
Well, after the End of This Moment tour, we're going to do South Africa for the first time, and hopefully some other dates around that, maybe Japan, Australia, and we're supposed to be back here either the fall or early next year.
South Africa, you'll be going just in their summer, which is nice as well. So leave the cold and just head over there. It must be quite exciting, sort of going to these, somewhere for the first time like that.
Man, if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you, man. I wouldn't have made it to England that I know of. You know what I mean? So, yeah, music has taken me places I never thought I'd get to go.
Of the places you've been, are there any that particularly stand out in your mind as just wow, I'd really like to go there again?
Man, I love the UK, and I really like the Netherlands, and everywhere. Shoot, you'd be standing on a beach in Italy because the little club is there, and this little beach town that's empty, and standing there looking at the Adirac Sea, like, wow.
Have you played any of the cruises that they're doing these days?
No, we haven't done that.
That's on your list to do still, is it? Yeah.
I'm sure we would, man. But that shit would be, for me personally, that'd be fucking scary.
We got some people that probably wouldn't like being on the water, myself included, but
you're just trapped on a boat for 4 days. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Oh, and then like the motorboat one will probably suit you guys. So Motorhead, Slayer, and a few other heavy bands. It's basically 4 days of drinking while you cruise the Caribbean.
Yeah. I know they do it. It's another way to make some little dough.
Of the countries that you haven't played yet, which of the ones would you say was top 2 or 3 that you'd love to visit and play?
We haven't done Japan yet. I think that'd be one for us, right?
Absolutely.
And there's talk of New Zealand. And he had done Australia. I've done Australia once.
New Zealand, Russia would be cool. Because of the history there, and just it's fucking Russia.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I wouldn't mind doing some other Eastern European countries. I know that's probably sketchy.
It seems to more and more bands are touring Eastern Europe
That's
these
what
days.
I was told.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Budapest.
It's one of these things, so you look at the countries where bands toured, say, 20 years ago, and it's very different to where they're touring these days. So many more places opening up than the metal and bands generally.
Well, hopefully the world gets a little more lovey and we can go more places.
And there's probably a few places you think, no, I don't think there's the gig in Basra, I think we'll turn that one down. But it must be great. And when do you actually get time to tour? You know, when you're on tour, to actually visit and look around the places, or is it tour bus from the airport to the venue to the hotel?
There's a lot of that, but once you get to the venue, you know, you can go check out a little bit. There's not a ton of time to go do it, but I mean, like when we're over here every morning, me and him wake up early, we go take a walk, just sightsee, take it all in, you know. And I try and do that as much as possible because you know you honestly never know in this business if you'll ever be back, or if you'll ever go again at all. So yeah, we try a lot.
Yeah. And have you had time to, or are you having time to watch any of the other bands today?
We'll be here for the rest of the day, man. I'm really stoked to see Motley again, and
Let's see Lamb of God.
Lamb of God, Suicidals tonight. There's so many good bands today. It's really fucked because you gotta pick. Okay, do I really want to see that, or do I really want to see this?
We've been here all weekend, so we got to see some cool stuff.
Alright, Who have you enjoyed so far then?
COC, Faith No More,
Testament and Carcass killed shit yesterday.
Body Count.
Body Count was awesome.
Yeah, so Clutch.
I know everyone who went to see them said it was just amazing about how good they were.
I walked in Friday as Priest was playing, and it was right when the rain started coming, and I got to see a lot of that set because I was like, I don't even care, I got to see Priest. They're like bucket list style, and they were amazing.
Yeah, Slipknot killed it as well.
Clutch really
was great.
Yeah, but it's a downside of the festival, like you say. It's like I want to see those guys and those guys and those guys. Shit, they're all on the same side, same time. One's on this side of the arena, the other's sort of half a mile away.
It's literally like a mile walk to get to some of the stages. So, yeah.
And it's also quite slippery.
Yesterday especially, man. I mean, I'm stoked.
Gotta have sure footing.
Yeah.
Or not give a shit.
yeah. But the good bit is, there's always something something to watch. And if you don't know a band, just go in and.
If that's the downside of your day, you're not doing too bad.
Okay, that's great. Thanks so much for your time.